Welcome back to the channel.
Today is another travel day as we prepare for our travel day tomorrow. We're heading to Atlanta.
Yeah, and it's Easter, so this is what we're doing on Easter, y'all. So come get lost with us and some bunny fun. What you looking up?
What restaurants are open on Easter Sunday?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what we're gonna eat on the way down there.
Longhorn is apparently open.
Oh boy.
Long John Silver's, if you can find one.
Huh?
Maggiano's, Marco's, some place called Norm's, never heard of it. Olive Garden, Outback, Panda Express, Panera, P.F. Chang's, Popeyes.
Red Lobster.
If you can find one still open.
Yeah.
Sonic, Taco Bell, Texas Roadhouse. We did just eat at a Texas Roadhouse.
We did. We thought they had deviled eggs. They did not have deviled eggs.
Waffle House, White Castle, and Ziggy's Coffee. So there's some options, but not a lot of options. What we're gonna get, I don't know, but we at least have an idea of what's open. So
yeah, we'll figure it out. Hopefully. Wanted to show you a couple things. Here is the gorgeous mountain backdrop that we get to drive through and the massive amount of road construction. They are apparently redoing this road entirely. It's supposed to be diverted. This is supposed to be more lanes. I don't know. This used to be 3 lanes, so now it's 2. We just seem to be going backwards, as Nacy likes to say.
yeah, and we don't really have a definitive timeline for how long this project is going to take. I imagine at least a year, if not longer,
Probably.
because the one in North Carolina took like 3.
Yeah. I'm guessing at least 5 years. That's my guess, if
And
not
this
10.
is miles.
Yeah. This just keeps going, y'all. Just keeps
Stripped
going.
so many like hillsides, which I think we're going to come up on one that they stripped recently right up here. But it is pretty up here.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
We got trees. It's a little different than Vegas pretty.
Yeah, a lot more green.
But they've been working on this bridge for ever. At least the last couple of years, I feel like.
Yeah, hopefully they widened it some.
And then yeah, so like they've stripped like this hill.
That used to be much taller. You can see.
And then they've stripped all of this back here.
Yeah.
Pushed us back into a 1 lane. This used to be where the 2 lanes started, not anymore.
Yeah, it's interesting, the progress and the different steps that they're taking to get there.
One day it'll be done.
Yeah, one day it'll be done. Parade of Porsches, everybody. There's a lot of like car driving up here and like car clubs come up here. 4 Porsches.
A 3-hour tour.
3-hour tour. Giving you another peek at the beautiful weather today. We might stop at one of these overpasses, outlooks. I don't know what they're called. Overlooks? I think that's what they call them. Along the way, just to kind of get a shot of the clouds. It's a really pretty day today. Got a lot of green.
The nicest travel day we've had in a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been raining and stuff the last few travel days and all the other stuff we've been going through.
I didn't even look at the weather for California.
Yeah, I didn't either. But it's warming up, so it's getting to be shorts weather, which is nice for us because that means less packing.
Yeah.
And
I took up half the space that I usually take up in my suitcase by focusing on short sleeve shirts and like shorts. I brought 1 pair of pants and like 1 long sleeve shirt because sometimes I get cold in the hotel. But outside of that, it takes up way less space.
And your suitcase is way less. That's a legit tip. I guess it's just because
More room for shoes.
Yeah, more room for more outfits too. This is a kind of a short trip. We're only going for 9 days, but we're excited. Hopefully we'll get into some stuff when we get out there. And the Boysenberry Festival is still going on. Check out our review of some of the food in the show notes. Maybe we'll get to that too.
Yeah, we've might go back. We obviously are taking a morning flight like we always do, and we'll get into California around like 10:30. So depending on how we feel, we may go swing down to Anaheim and go get a couple more treats from the Boysenberry Festival, or we might go to Six Flags. We're not really sure.
Yeah, some good food at that Boysenberry Festival, y'all.
Yeah, I still want to try the cheese jalapeno stick one, and we didn't really try any desserts other than that funnel cake that was outside the park last time, so I think we're going to try maybe do more desserts, maybe just a couple of snacks. So
yeah, the funnel cake was good, a little bit too overpriced in my opinion, but the boysenberry chocolate with the pistachio, it was tasty.
So yeah, who knows? You'll have to check out that video when it comes out.
That video's already out. You can check it down in the show notes.
No, I mean if we go to.
Oh, we gotta.
If we go, so you'll have to see what we end up doing tomorrow, because I don't know what we're doing.
Very true. That's how we roll, y'all. Every time we come this way, we like to wave hello to the Bigfoot. There's the Bigfoot expedition. That's it, y'all. That's a roadside attraction.
So is that apparently.
Yeah, so is that. Well, we tried our first stop. We stopped at the Shane's Rib Shack, and I think it's Jasper's where we are.
Holly Springs.
Whatever. And they're supposed to be open, but this one apparently is not open because it's Easter and it's the South, so that's a negative. So that's one for us. We're gonna keep looking, I guess. It's weird because in the South everything closes on Sundays, and then you had a holiday on top of that, so like the 10% of places that are open, it's like only like 2% are going to be open today. Let's see if we can find it. Made it to Olive Garden. You excited?
I'm hungry.
What'd you get?
Alfredo with crispy chicken and broccoli and salad, obviously.
Obviously. Yeah, we're gonna hang out at the Olive Garden. Hopefully it'll be good. It's empty, y'all, so I don't know what that means. Does that mean the locals know it's not good? I don't know.
I think we missed the church rush, which is good for us.
Yeah, there were a bunch of people leaving when we got here. Hopefully that's the case. And hopefully it'll be good. Made it out of Olive Garden. It was an okay meal. You know, it's Olive Garden. Nothing great, but it's not bad.
Our options were very limited.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically one of the only things we found. It's either that or Applebee's. That was kind of it. Crazy enough. But we're in Atlanta traffic.
And this is Sunday.
Here's what we're looking at.
With everything closed.
Yeah, this is Atlanta traffic. So we've got about 28 miles to go in 32 minutes. I don't see us making that, but we'll see. What it's looking like. Almost to the airport. What? Not the airport hotel area, but also the airport. You excited for our night stay tonight?
Hopefully it's a decent hotel.
Yeah, I'm hoping the beds are comfortable.
Our last hotel stay the night before travel wasn't great, so I'm hoping for a better situation.
Yeah, the last two haven't been the most comfortable beds and stuff. They've kind of been a little bit old and clearly needs a little refurbish. Hopefully this will be okay. The screen is busted on this one. We already know that because we've seen it from a distance. Hopefully the hotel is better maintained than the screen outside. Made it to our parking area. There's the AC Marriott sign. Guess we turn in there. Interesting. Okay. This is
parking.
Yeah.
So that would be parking here.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. We have parked.
I'm gonna go get a key.
Yep, we're gonna go get a key. Get our stuff upstairs. Let's do this. Picture of the front of the hotel. They do have EV charging. We're at the EV charging spot. There's the parking area. It's definitely different than our last few stays at the airport. This seems more like a non-airport hotel. Another dirty window. But you can see in the distance the airport. This is our airport view. This is an upgrade. But there's the airport. You can see the MARTA train going out from the airport. There she blows.
We'll be there tomorrow morning.
Yeah, there's some smoke at the other end of the runway. I wonder what smoked.
Somebody coming in too hot.
Yeah, we made it to the airport hotel. A little sneak peek. If you want to see the full thing, check down in the show notes or subscribe to the channel. But that's what we're dealing with for the next 24 hours. Goes the train. What were you saying about the train? Oh, China shipping too. That's funny. What were you saying about the train?
This is all the stuff coming from China.
Trying to beat the tariffs.
They beat the tariffs. That one's called Dong something. Dong.
Dong, yeah. It's got something down there. Dong Yi.
There goes a Frontier plane landing over there.
Yeah, got a fire department truck over there. Or one of those like GDOT things that do the help on the side of the road.
Oh, yeah. And then what looks to be a Southwest plane about to take off, I think.
Yeah.
He's getting lined up. So this is our view.
A lot lighter with all those free bags.
Probably. Are you somebody who flies Southwest? Do you fly United? Do you fly American? Or do you fly Delta? I'm curious, because last year we were thinking about maybe switching to a different airline with all the changes that Delta made. So far they haven't affected us too much, so we're still happy to fly with Delta. But I'm always interested to hear what other people's travel experiences are and who they recommend. Obviously, in the long term, we want to fly international, so we want to stick with a brand that's going to give us international. But yeah, what airline is your choice for domestic travel in the United States?
Yeah, and too, like if you're a Southwest flyer, what are you thinking about those changes? Even if you're not a Southwest flyer, what are you thinking about Southwest changes? This is our view. We see the Delta plane landing. Macy's singing to herself. Oh, now she stopped singing to herself. But yeah, this is our view. In case you're wondering, we are on the airport side, which is an upgrade. So just know that ahead of time. It's more expensive for this room. We got it as one of our free Marriott upgrades. So, yeah, shocking. Honestly, we put them in all the time. We rarely ever get them. But it doesn't seem very busy down here today. Hopefully it stays that way. And it is Easter.
And our flight doesn't leave at the crack of dawn like our usual ones do. It leaves at 9 instead of 7. Yeah. So not a huge difference, but... And we get in like 30 minutes later than what we usually get in at, so...
Yeah, the one weird thing we found from the LA flights is they can vary from times from 3 hours to 6 hours. We've been on the plane for 5 hours and 45 minutes before. We've also been on the plane for 3 hours. I don't understand it.
There's no one.
But that kind of is what it is. Here comes another Delty. Yeah, that'll be us in 13 days.
Yeah, we check in 10 days for our flight home.
For our flight home.
So 11 days. We're gone for 11 days.
Nancy's excited to get back to her Blackstone.
I am already missing my Blackstone.
If you haven't seen that video, check it out. We got the unboxing and first meal.
And when we come back, we have another unboxing to do. We have the pizza oven to unbox, and we're going to try that out. We're also going to be renting a car when we come back because we're driving a car down to Florida. So after this California trip, we'll be home for a handful of days, and then we're going to Florida for a week, and we're going to be checking out a bunch of stuff down in Southwest Florida, and then coming back up here, and we're going back to California. But the plan so far is for us to stay out in California for about 2 months. So we have a couple of trips that we want to do while we're out there. We have a Backstreet Boys concert. We're going to try and go to Casa Bonita, which I know is in California, but we're going to be on the West Coast. We're going to try and go to San Diego and just do some general LA exploration. Maybe go to Universal on the West Coast so we can check that out. Coming up.
You can see it out there. There's the big Delta plane. I always wonder, that's probably, they say like the engines are significantly bigger for overseas, so I'm guessing that's just a West Coast flight. Could be anywhere, honestly, but...
I'm guessing because you can't order food today. Maybe that's why, because if I go to order food, it doesn't bring anything up.
Yeah, we're at the hotel. We're just trying to figure out some stuff. We were trying to film the menu for the hotel video. We went to the QR code that I showed in the video, and it's just like a privacy page with nothing on it.
But it does have, it says there's the AC lounge,
unwind after a busy day, gather at our hotel bar with friends, open for dinner, which I'm sure because today is today.
Easter.
Then it does say in-room dining.
Yeah, we can ask them about it. We gotta go film anyways. Just been hanging out in the room. Wanted to give an update. Oh, there's some lights going off over there.
Yeah, you could probably run out to the car.
A little bit of glare, but there is the airport. It's a hustling and bustling at night. It's not too late. We're just kind of watching Bob Burgers. But there is the airport. Look at the airport colors. That's cool. They've been red, white, and blue. Now it's like I guess it's Easter colors. It's like a pink, red, a blue. That's cool. I don't know how well I'm getting it on the camera. We're a little far away for the zoom of the camera. Oh, plane landing. Look at that. I like this view. This has been the nicest view I feel like we've had of the airport. There is one that's directly on the airport we want to stay at. Haven't done that yet, but this is the best I feel like so far. We got the Mellow Mushroom for dinner. We got it delivered. Monkey bread. Ooh, looking good. That's our pizza. We've just been hanging out at the hotel all night. Pizza, and then they got this beer cheese, which didn't look like they gave you extra, but beer cheese and pretzels, that is banging.
Also, we got a new, there's beer cheese. We're going to try a new parking situation tomorrow.
Yeah, we're excited about
it. So we'll tell you more about that later.
Yeah. So we got a new parking stitch tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, so we are going to be parking at Peachy Parking, which has an indoor parking facility. So they actually have two. They have like an outdoor covered, they have outdoor uncovered, but they also have indoor covered that's air conditioned, and they also have a valet like on top of that.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on there.
So we are going to do indoor valet parking.
Nice.
And with that, we're also paying to get the car washed and detailed, because if you guys have watched the videos for like the last like 5 or 6 trips, we keep saying when we come home, we're going to like clean the car and get it detailed. We get it clean, but like we have not been able to find anybody to detail it. So because we're valeting it, we're giving them our keys, they're supposed to detail our car. So we're not quite sure when that happens in the process. But we're going to be gone for 9 days, so we pick it up at like 2 o'clock in the morning when we get back. But we'll see what it looks like, because it'll be interesting.
Yeah, definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to see that adventure.
The other service that we were using, we weren't extremely happy with, because while it was covered parking, our car was getting like covered in pollen, which whatever, it's outside. But also too, the last 2 times that we've come back, we've had to page them to get picked up. And last time, as you guys saw, it was pouring down rain, like absolutely pouring down rain. And we waited, like 15 minutes or so for the bus to come. And then when we went to leave, it charged us an additional $5 because we went over on our time.
And the only reason why we went over is because it took so long for the bus to get there in the first place.
And we had a slight flight delay too. So like you have to account for that, and like you can't really account for that. But God knows, like if I overplan, I don't get a refund for the time that I put in. So we're gonna try a different service this time, see how we like it, and maybe we'll start using them.
Well, that includes our trip down to the hotel.
Mm-hmm. It was an easy trip. We had some Olive Garden that wasn't the greatest.
The Olive Garden was honestly bad, in my opinion. There was like spongy pieces in the chicken and stuff. It just, and the fettuccine, the Alfredo was just flavorless. Not a great experience, but it was a really old Olive Garden in their defense, and it's Easter Sunday, so.
My favorite was the breadsticks. Not gonna lie, always my favorite. But they also gave us warm salad plates, and it made the salad all weird and mushy.
Yeah, and it's like they forgot to put like the seasoning on the breadsticks too. They were just kind of bland breadsticks.
It was off.
It's off, yeah.
Easter's not their A game.
Mellow Mushroom was good. We had that for dinner.
The monkey bites were good, but they were raw. Like most of them were raw, so we didn't really get to eat them all. But the sauce that they were in were delicious. The pretzel bites were good, but the cheese sauce they gave us was way too spicy. And
yeah, she asked for a regular, and they sent 2 spicy instead of a regular. So.
And I didn't want to be up all night with heartburn, so.
Pizza's solid. Mellow Mushroom's a good place. Now we get to spend our night watching airplanes land and just kind of taking it in before we have to get up early tomorrow and get to that airport.
Just sitting out here watching airplanes.
So if you like this content, please give it a thumbs up.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get y'all for the next one.
Ain't that the truth? Baby Ruth.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. We just want to take a moment to thank you all for watching the video. To those 90% of you guys out there watching who haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It really helps our channel grow and reach a wider audience. And for all those other YouTube personalities that you're watching out there, I'm sure they would appreciate it as well. To those that have subscribed, thank you for tagging along with us on our journeys. We appreciate your love, support, your likes, and all those wonderful comments that we're getting to on our videos. So we look forward to taking you on our next adventure. We'll see you on the next one.